Namaste. Welcome to Birdistan. Today, both of us are going to discuss a very special bird.
The Rufous Treepie, belonging to the family Corvidae, family of crows. They
Family
also
of crows.
are quite a crow.
Yeah, they are similar to the crow. The way their body shape goes or the way their behavior is in their natural habitat, it becomes more like a crow. Whether scavenging as well as living near human habitats. To identify Rufous Treepie, the color combinations that you will be looking at is a black head, a rufous color body, predominantly rufous color
They
body.
have got a bluish grey tail with a white
Yes,
tip. They're 46 to 50 centimeters,
yes, and their weight is
90 to 130 grams. Not close to an actual crow, but close enough.
yeah, because maybe because the tail area does not have much weight. It's a longish tail, which is very
normally a
thin.
crow doesn't have a long tail. Normally a crow is
Stout tail,
yes,
I would say.
they're more fleshy.
They are more fleshy. It is not known to be dimorphic, so the male and the female both look similar.
They have black eyes,
And
a
the
stout hooked bill.
yes, the bill is not as long as the crow. It's shorter than the crow,
They're
maybe half
primarily
the length.
cinnamon colored.
Yes, the body color you can compare with the cinnamon color, and it will match better. The tail from undertails look black. Then there is a thin white strap, and then again the black tip from down when you're looking it from down.
They're similar to the grey treepie.
Yes.
Other local species are the jungle treepie.
So if you're looking at great tree pie and rufous tree pie, sometimes you get confused between the between the two. Their wings, also side wings, are black after the cinnamon color plumage, black around the sides
And then
of the
it
wings,
becomes
and
white.
then it becomes white. Yes, and it matches with the tail, the white patch in the tail as well as the sides of the wing. So when they are flying, you can see all that
It's
formation.
vibrant
It
for
is
a crow.
vibrant. Yes. Now, so far we discussed how does the Rufous Treepie look. The young ones look similar to the adults of Rufous Treepie, but are
with
shorter,
tail.
and they almost lack the tail. The gradual length of the tail that adults possess. The young ones do not have the tail feature, but they have mixed colors, the cinnamon or rufous color in them, and then the bluish color and grayish color. It's all mixed up. It's like a hodgepodge of the adult of the Rufous Treepie. So this is how they look. So they essentially belong to the crow family. So their habits of eating, feeding on things, scavenging, all of that also is very similar to crows. They can be called in India in different regions by different names. So a name that is very interesting is
Takachor.
Takachor in Bengal. Takachor literally means somebody who steals coins.
Maybe they sound like they drop in coins all the time.
Or maybe they actually steal coins. Just like crows. Crows are known to steal small things, buttons and pins.
Well, they say that
anything
crows
that's
also-
small they can get, they try to
Crows
steal.
are also known to be scared of tiny tins.
Shiny things, okay.
But I'm sure they do collect hangers.
They do collect a lot. Yeah, hangers. In many videos people have made where they have been seen collecting hangers maybe to build their nest. So even Rufous Treepie is known to be a takachor, means a coin chore in Bengali. Let's know more about Rufous Treepie, what it sounds like, what it eats, where you find them, their natural habitat, the locations, what are their nesting behavior, and if any courtship rituals, etc. later in this video. Interestingly, the vocalization of Rufous Treepie can also suggest its name in certain regions in India.
It has earned itself a title,
Yes.
Kotri, after its sound Kotri.
Kotri. Bobolink or Kotri, more like a crow they are, and they have fuzzy screechy sound,
And a
metallic
hiccup-like
sounds.
sound, and they have a metallic sound of a metal sweat hitting something with a hammer.
So they have diverse sounds or vocalizations when it comes to...
And bobolink is, by the way, a species of bird found in
Bird
South
too.
America and North America.
True. So all of these sounds it makes, which is different at different times. It's not known how many sounds exactly it can make, but it is melodious to listen to. Not bad. It's melodious, it's got tune, etc. But kotri is one of the sounds that is very prominent, and thus in many parts of India people also call it kotri because of the sound kotri. Something like that they make. It's very difficult to imitate the sounds that the bird
Difficult
makes.
to describe, in fact.
And difficult also to describe it because it's not easy sounds that
when
it
you
is
hear it,
making.
you won't understand it.
Yes, it's difficult
In
to
fact,
put
you'll
words
say
to
it's
it.
a metal smith only, or it's a fuzzy screech instead.
Yes, so interesting sounds made by Rufous Treepie. When you're looking at it and it vocalizing a lot of sounds, it also reminds me, Max, when I look at it when it is vocalizing, it's more like a manna, because manna keeps jumping from one sound to the other. But manna sounds, a common manna in India that
They
is
have
found.
a central voice, do not do much more. Sometimes certain species are very good mimickers, but the common manner we have is a very weak mimicker. In fact, it sticks to a set of sounds.
Yes, all the time.
It's one set of sounds once in a while.
Yes. So the common manas that I hear, they also make rapid and frantic sounds of different birds, but it's difficult to tell what exactly are they doing.
Sometimes they
they
can
not
make the
make
sound
sense.
of someone pulling a wire or polishing a shoe.
Yeah, a
Sometimes-
cotton cleaner sound.
They can also make the sound of a car alarm, or similar to car alarm, you can say, and so on.
It's interesting how birds sound, and definitely very interesting how Rufous Treepie sounds. To know where to find Rufous Treepie, you don't really have to hunt hard, because it is found all across Indian subcontinent.
And Southeast Asia.
Yes. It is not known to be a migratory bird, but it can have small migrations within the regions that it
According to
lives.
food availability.
Yes, for food. So it can travel a little bit more distances than usually for food and availability of food. So sometimes people find Rufous Treepie, a treepie that was sighted in one part of the country. The same treepie can be sighted in another part of the country too, depending upon it going for the food elsewhere. It can, the usual habitats can be scrub, open forests, grassland, plantations,
And human habitat.
and near human habitations. Just like crows, they like to live near
They
human.
scavenge.
Yes, and also Rufous Treepie colors can differ a little bit depending upon where they are in the country. In India, eastern side Rufous Treepies can be vibrantly colored, while when they are found in Rajasthan, Max, in the desert region, the same Rufous Treepie can be paler in color. Maybe the sunlight is causing this change in color, or what, I do not know, but there are slight differences in the colors of different parts of the country, the Rufous Treepies that we spot. So these are small variations that you find, but they are essentially all Rufous Treepie. Diet of Rufous Treepie is diverse.
Vibrant. It
Yes.
eats reptiles, invertebrates, grains, in fact, and it preys on carcasses,
Yes,
and also more. Please explain
a
what
lot
else.
more. Rufous Treepie can be very helpful for farmers because they exterminate the weevils, invasive, destructive weevils that is found
It's a
in
tiny
food grain.
insect which destroys crop.
Yes, as
Weevil
well as
is a funny name.
fruits. Yeah. So Rufous Treepie also eats fruits. It is omnivore for sure.
It also takes parasites from the deer
Samba.
Samba is a real species. We have not made that up.
Yes, it is.
Not to be mistaken with samba, the food.
Yeah, there is a gravy called sambar in India as well as samba deer, and Rufous Treepie is like a cleaning symbiont of samba deer. It sits on samba deer and eats the parasites.
Also,
that
there
come
was a
on
case
it.
where a Rufous Treepie was eating meat from the teeth of a tiger.
It literally entered the mouth of the tiger and cleaning the teeth of the tiger by removing the meat that was stuck in
For
between.
some reason, why is it so unfair? Nature. Why scavengers get to get a free run and take whatever they want? Scavengers never get hunted.
So, Rufous Treepie can also be called just like a crow scavenging a bird that can eat almost anything. It keeps the environment neater, cleaner, and it helps
That is
definitely
true.
helps the environment
By
by
nature,
eating
it
things
seems-
that we don't want.
By nature, it seems that nature has given an unnamed rule,
Mhm.
unspoken. The rule that scavengers should never be hunted or hurt.
True. They should not be hunted and they should not be hurt because they are helping the environment and the ecosystem, the cycle of ecosystem run the way it is. Just like vultures, crows and Rufous Treepie, since you know now, are very useful for our environment because they can be more help than being a takachor only. The nesting and breeding pattern of the Rufous Treepie, generally both parents, that is both adult parents, take care of their eggs. They also share the responsibility of incubating
It's a
the
shallow
eggs.
cup nest built in a tree or bush. The eggs are 2 to 6, or is it 3 to 5?
3 to 6 you can say.
Okay,
2 to
three.
5 is also
Fine, so
yeah.
2 to 6. Then the eggs are greenish or reddish with dark spots.
reddish brown or greenish
Yes.
brown with darker spots on them. Yeah.
And also, both parents take care of the young properly, like any other crow would.
Yes, like Max always tells me, he says crows make good parents. Because sometimes crows can be a nuisance.
And also, they are seen very common in pairs, not alone.
Yes. So Max does not discriminate when it comes to birds. So for me, I can be a bad person for not liking crows sometimes when they are being a nuisance in my window and also attacking other birds and keeping them away from us. That is when I find them bad and a nuisance.
Like
But Max,
one scene, a Indian greyhound will be attacked by crows.
I know so many of them attacked
A
one.
hornbill at that.
Yes, they were just threatened by its presence, or I don't know what, but they did chase it out very aggressively. But what happens? Crows are very good parents. They both incubate their eggs as well as they care for the young ones. Same way, Rufous Treepie also. As a pair, they both raise their young ones as well as participate in the incubation period or the process. And their nests are not built with a lot of care, just like the crow nest.
Haphazard
It's
nesting.
haphazard. It's just a shallow nest with twigs and thorns.
Anyhow,
Put, whatever is put, barks of the tree, just put anyhow, and then on that they lay their eggs. So nest is not something special. Like we have covered a special nest of Baya weaver and other birds that can take a lot of care while building their nest. Not in this case, at least. It is a simple shallow nest. You may have spotted many nests like that of crows and other birds. They can be found in trees when trees are trimmed or chopped off, their sides, trimmed their branches. That time we can see the exposed nest often.
But that was just invisible. Because it looks so much like the branches in the outer
They are
tree.
hidden.
Haphazard building makes it look like the tree only.
Yes.
If it's uniform, it will look distinct.
So Rufous Treepies resemble a lot like crows. If you know the habits of the crows, you also know a lot of habits of the Rufous Treepie as well. These were some of the details. To know more details about any of the birds that we covered in our videos, you can visit birdistan.com where we have elaborate, detailed articles written by us. Many of the articles are written solely by Max. They are researched and written by him, so you can visit those articles as well. Some of the things that we miss out during our videos will also be available in the article. Now let's find out more about Rufous Treepie in terms of threats, etc. Some of the problems that Rufous Treepie birds face are
Is like parasites, protozoa in the blood.
Yes, it's more from the parasites that can breed in their body and in their plumage than threats from other sources. So they can be attacked by many parasites that are externally affecting them as
Or
well
in
as
their blood.
in their blood. That causes more trouble to them than other sources can.
A protozoa is the first life form to have ever existed on the planet, and also a disease, a virus at that, which is now found in the blood of wildlife.
Yes. So this is what can cause a discomfort and death in Rufous Treepies. Their breeding season which I think we forgot to tell or inform in the past, is between April to June in India. So between April to June is their main breeding season, whereas in the eastern part of India, it can be the main peak time could be between April and May, to be precise. Yes. Otherwise, their population, when in terms of numbers or availability as birds, is not in any threat. They are least concerned. They are found easily and usually all across India. So population wise, there is no alarming decline or any trouble.